Now we will start with reactions of alcohols C-type, in which the bond between carbon and oxygen is going to break. So ROH is the general formula of alcohols, and we are going to see all the reactions in which the bond between carbon and oxygen is going to break. So which reactions we are going to see? Under that we are going to see first of all reaction with hydrogen halide HX. That HX is, it can be HCl, it can be HBr, it can be HI. Then we are going to see the reaction with PX3, that is phosphorus trihalide or phosphorus pentahalide. Then dehydration of alcohols we are going to see, and then oxidation of alcohols. So one by one we will discuss now. First of all, alcohol plus HX. So HX can be general reaction. First of all, we will see when alcohol reacts with hydrogen halide, this bond is going to break, and this OH will be replaced by X, and we will get RX plus this H and OH, they will form water. This is general reaction. Now the reactivity of HX, reactivity order is HI is more reactive than HBr than HCl. HCl is least reactive. In the previous video we have seen HCl can react with ROH only in presence of zinc chloride as a catalyst. Lucas reagent we have seen. So there we have seen primary alcohols. I am repeating again the same reaction. If you have primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols, how can you distinguish them? In which test tube which alcohol is given? With the help of Lucas reagent. So suppose this is primary alcohol, secondary alcohol, tertiary alcohol in a test tube. If you will add Lucas reagent, that is concentrated HCl plus zinc chloride, as it is least reactive, we will need zinc chloride as a catalyst. So in all the test tubes, if you will add this Lucas reagent, which reaction is going to take place? This reaction is going to take place. So in all the test tubes, we are going to get alkyl halide, isn't it? So as it is Cl, HCl, we will get RCl in all these test tubes. Okay. Now, alcohol is soluble in Lucas reagent. That means when you are adding Lucas reagent, alcohol which is originally taken is soluble, but as the time passes, RCl will form, which is insoluble. The product which is formed is insoluble, and therefore we will get solutions which are turbid in nature, muddy in nature. As tertiary alcohols, they react very fast. The turbidity is going to form instantaneously, immediately. Secondary alcohols will take little time to become that solution turbid, while primary alcohols, only after heating, they will become, the test tube in which primary alcohol is taken will become turbid. The solution will become turbid. Okay, all these things we have seen in the previous video. Turbid is muddy. Okay, so this is about reaction with hydrogen halide. Now with PX3 and PX5, second reaction is with phosphorus trichloride or halide and phosphorus pentahalide. Both the reactions we are going to see. Already we have seen these reactions in alkyl halides. So alcohols, when they are treated with phosphorus, for example phosphorus trichloride we will take, X is Cl. So these all the three OH groups are going to be replaced by Cl. We will get 3RCl alkyl halide, isn't it? Plus, what will be the byproduct? It will be H3PO3. It will be H3PO3, phosphoric acid, isn't it? H3PO3. This bond is broken, isn't it? Then with PX5, ROH plus PX5, what we will get? RX. As we are taking, if you are taking PCl5, it will be PrCl, isn't it? RCl, again this bond is broken, plus PoCl3 plus PoCl3 oxychloride plus HCl. See the balancing of the reaction carefully. PoCl3, out of 5 Cl we have 3 here, 1 here, 1 is left and this H is left, that will form HCl. Phosphorus oxychloride plus HCl. So these are the reactions with PX3 and PX5. And now we will continue with the next reaction, that is dehydration of alcohols. This also we are seeing in 11th standard actually, dehydration. So of course dehydrating agent is needed. So if you have alcohol, simple alcohol you will take. If you have alcohol, ethyl alcohol, okay. And if you will dehydrate it by using concentrated H2SO4, this concentrated H2SO4 is dehydrating agent. So there will be loss of water molecule, elimination will be there. Hydrogen from one carbon atom and OH from another carbon atom will be eliminated in the form of water, minus water. And what is left? See, we will get alkene, CH2 double bond CH2, ethene, ethyl alcohol to ethene, isn't it? Instead of this particular alcohol, if you have alcohol like this, what is the name? You know the rules. Butane to all, isn't it? Butane, E is removed, isn't it? E is removed and it is replaced by locant ending with OL. When it is dehydrated by using concentrated H2SO4, see the difference now. In this case, we can remove hydrogen. This OH is going to be removed, eliminated, but we can remove hydrogen atom from this carbon atom. We can remove hydrogen atom from this carbon atom. So we will get two different products. So if we are going to remove hydrogen from this carbon atom, carbon number 1, we will be getting CH2 double bond CH2 CH3. One alkene. If hydrogen atom from this carbon atom will be removed, we will get CH3 will remain as it is. CH3, CH double bond CH. CH3. So here we are getting but 1 in and we are able to get here but 2 in. So which will be the major one? So there is one rule which is known as Sedgwick's rule. What is the rule? Which we have seen already in 11th standard. Again we will repeat. When elimination is going to take place, dehydrohalogenation, that means hydrogen from one atom and halogen from another atom, or dehydration, the major product will be the one in which, that is alkene, which you will get is the one which is more substituted by alkyl groups. Okay. So in this particular alkene, doubly bonded carbon atoms, if you will see, to one carbon atom both hydrogen atoms are there, and to other carbon atom we have hydrogen and alkyl group, only one alkyl group is there. But in this alkene we have doubly bonded carbon atoms and both of them contain alkyl group. So this will be major product and this will be minor product. See the reaction carefully. Dehydration, simple alcohol if you will take, symmetrical one, isn't it? There will not be any problem, we will get only one product. But for alcohols like this, the reaction will proceed according to Sedgwick's rule, where elimination from that carbon atom takes place, in which we are able to get the alkene having, which is more substituted. Okay. Now we will continue with the Fourth reaction, last one. Oxidation of alcohols. Okay, now see, primary alcohols on oxidation they will give aldehyde. Secondary alcohols on oxidation give ketones, and tertiary alcohols are difficult to oxidation. So primary alcohols, if you take example CH3, CH2OH, primary alcohol. It undergoes oxidation by simple oxidizing agents like KMnO4, K2Cr2O7, HNO3, and we will get, see, oxidation means loss of hydrogen atom also. See here, CH3, CH2OH, this is our alcohol. So hydrogen atom from OH group and hydrogen atom from alpha carbon atom, they are going to remove, and we will get CH3CHO, that is aldehyde. We will get CH3CHO, but this aldehyde further undergoes oxidation and we will get carboxylic acid. To stop reaction at aldehydic stage, instead of KMnO4 and all, if you will use pyridinium chlorochromate, then the reaction can be stopped here. Secondary alcohols, they undergo oxidation by using strong oxidizing agents like chromic anhydride, and we will get C again, H of OH group and H from alpha carbon atom. They are removed and we will get CH3, C double bond O, CH3, that is ketone. And tertiary alcohols are difficult to oxidize. Okay, the same reactions can be carried out with the, that means if you will heat primary alcohol, secondary alcohol or tertiary alcohol, same examples we will take. Okay, if you will heat them in presence of copper at 573 Kelvin, copper 573 Kelvin, copper 573 Kelvin, this primary alcohol undergoes oxidation like this to form aldehyde. Secondary alcohols undergo oxidation to form ketones, but tertiary alcohols, when they are heated with copper in presence of copper at 573 Kelvin, we will get dehydration to form alkenes, which we have seen in the last reaction. For example, tertiary alcohol, if you take like this, CH3, C, CH3, CH3, OH, copper 573, we will get CH3, alkene means OH from one carbon atom and hydrogen from another carbon atom. This was this. So C double bond CH2, CH2. Hydrogen from this carbon, H from this, loss of. So tertiary alcohols undergo dehydration and these two undergo oxidation. Okay. So these are the last four reactions of alcohols we have seen. Now capital D, that is reactions of phenols are left, which we will see in the next video. Thank you.